Hey guys, it's Shukarani here. Today I'll be reviewing Mountain Climb by Icekeyhammer. Mountain Climb starts off with some nice art showing the path up the mountain. It doesn't last too long, making it much less frustrating to start over the level. The first part features an obscured forest with a few houses as background decoration. It has a lot of depth with 3 or 4 different layers of background and foreground elements moving at various different speeds. For the next part, you journey up into a brighter, less obscured part of the forest. I really like the ground spikes in this part as they add to the atmosphere of being deep into the woods, as they have leaves covering it and a lot of detail under the main part of the ground spikes. This part features a few more creative gameplay mechanics such as these toggle orbs in the spider part that lower the platform up ahead. I feel like the real highlight of this part is the background, which feels like swaying trees and leaves and makes the part feel more alive. The transition out of the part is really cool, moving some leaves aside to reveal a beautiful mountain landscape. One problem I really have with the parts ahead is the intense amount of glow used as sunlight. It makes the following few parts in the level quite laggy and unenjoyable to play, especially with the precise timings at 21 and the spider section several parts ahead. Something I do find cool is the way that the glow gets toned down the more the structures are in the way, and it gives it a nice sense of perspective. From here, the journey up the mountain gets even rockier and almost feels like a desert with the blazing sun lighting up the level. The spikes here are a creative choice and interest the player long enough to get them to the next part without getting too bored of the level. The 3 clicks up ahead are very precise but sync to the music well and flow nicely into the next part, which features a cave section. I feel like this part could have been a bit darker as it seems a little too open for what I think is supposed to be a cave part. Correct me if I'm wrong. It comes into the next section with some moving platforms that lead to a brighter part with torches to light the way. The vines here are a really cool detail, and if you look closely, the flowers pulse individually. Another pretty cool detail is how the torches brighten at some spots. Coming into the next part, it features a peaceful evening sky with some pink trees. The clouds in this part are quite messy and could be replaced with in-game clouds. The water is cool, and at the bottom, it has lighter spots where the sun hits it. Up ahead is the spider part I was talking about earlier, which is very frustrating due to lag. Although this wouldn't be a problem with low detail mode, I think people would like to play the level more with a full experience, as the level is very beautiful to look at. Now the level takes a turn and suddenly darkens up into an obscured ship section which is almost completely dark. It features fun, holding gameplay that's easy to get down and flows nicely. You can see some color in the background, and while it isn't too bright, it's a nice detail and makes it feel less gray. This UFO is super creative, with lanterns lighting up the cave, flashing on, perfectly synchronized to the music. You can definitely feel the intensity as you're near the climax of the level. A blizzard starts to rage as you enter the long section which features many asymmetrical duels. Unlike in most XXL levels, the duels in this level are really easy to get down and show exactly where to tap. While this robot seems hard and blind after you are taken up higher, it is readable and fun due to the jump pads, helping you. Another thing I love about the duels is how they aren't blinding to play and feature art instead of effects. This wave has some really cool hot air balloon art, which has Icekeyhammer and his friend Oaf's icons riding in them. As you journey farther up, it gets more cloudy and the sky is blocked from vision. I feel like while the clouds here are used with the same objects as the sunset part, they look much better and fit with the atmosphere well. Your vision gets even more clouded as even the blocks now are distorted. This last duel is easy and lets the player take a break from the intensity of the blizzard. The summit of the mountain is very close. There's one last part to clear. The last part of mountain climb is super atmospheric and has a beautiful night sky background. I have to say, with the song and the design of the level combined, this ending gets me really emotional. And that's rare for me, which just says how great the atmosphere of this level really is. A cool touch to this part is the clouds moving up to the jump pad impacts with the player, which is also synchronized to the music. Another thing that I think that could have been cleaned up in this part, though, is the object used for the stars. While this isn't a big problem, it would look a lot better if they were more realistic. Next, you go up to the last part over the clouds to the summit of the mountain using a dash orb. A line of glow in the night sky starts to appear. I think this would have looked better behind the blocks and the player, so that it would look more like part of the night sky, but it still looks fine nonetheless. I do wish some timings here at the end of the level weren't as tight, as I died to both 84 when I was beating it the first time, and 88 while I was rebeating it for this recording. And it's quite frustrating to die at the end of a 4-minute and 20-second level, as you would expect, and have to go back through the entire level again just to get back. Using this last dash orb, you go into my favorite small section, the final climb up the mountain. There are 5 jumps to make it to the end from here. The coin you'll see up ahead is a nice prize at the end of the level. Overall, this is definitely one of my favorite levels of all time, gameplay and decoration-wise. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I would appreciate it if you subscribe if you liked the video, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Peace. Shukrani out.